There we go. Good evening, everyone. I am so glad to have you here tonight on this week's installment of the Detox Divas. We are bringing you the Oil of the Month Club, which includes Gentle Change, which is one of my favorite blends in these 12 oils that we get to wear every day and use to help motivate us and change our mindset. So super excited to do this call this evening. My name is Tina Hewerman. I am a wife, mother, grandmother. I'm the hostess and founder of the Detox Divas. I'm currently in move mode. I have to be out of my house in 2 weeks, and I've not really started packing yet. But I love doing these calls. So this is a priority, and so excited that you are here with us this evening. The Green Organics team started with Paula Scarcella and Ben Scarcella. It's a husband-wife duo that's absolutely amazing. Paula is the CEO and her husband is the vice president. Paula has got such an intense passion. She considers us her extended family. Like, she wants to take care of us and make sure that, one, our health is at optimal performance, and two, that if you're sharing these products, then you're rewarded very well for that. And so we could not be luckier than to have Alexandria or Paula as our CEO. And speaking of Alexandria Brighton is our amazing world-renowned formulator. She has got such an intense background when it comes to aromatherapy. She's got over 30 years of experience. She is recognized for her deep knowledge of the therapeutic properties of essential oils and their applications. She's a formulator, she's an educator, she's an author. She's written extensively on the subject of aromatherapy, contributing to the body of knowledge with books, articles, and research papers. And her work has influenced many in the wellness community, and she continues to be a trusted source. Her contributions have significantly shaped the field of aromatherapy, making her respected and an influential figure in the wellness industry. And we're so blessed to have her, and we are the only ones that have her formulations. So it's pretty exciting that we get to carry these formulations that come from a deep intuitive nature when she's formulating. So pretty amazing to have her. Before we go any farther, I do want to give this disclaimer. We believe it's your right and responsibility to educate yourself in the area of health and medical knowledge, to seek helpful information and make use of it for your own benefit and for that of your family. You are the one responsible for your health, and in order to make decisions in all health matters, you must educate yourself. We do want to be perfectly clear: the statements made on this website or in any goDesana literature presentations has not been evaluated by the FDA. goDesana products are not intended to diagnose, prevent, treat, or cure any diseases. The information in our website's literature and presentations is not intended as medical advice, and it's not intended to replace the relationship you have with your primary healthcare provider. Our co-host tonight is the one and only Veronica Easterling Thomas, and we are so blessed to have her and her knowledge. She has studied under some of the top aromatherapists in the world, including Alexandria, and she is just flying high after coming back from an international aromatherapy conference where she was one of the guest speakers. And so we get this amazing international speaker and trainer on our calls. She's also an aromatherapist. She's the founder of and owner of the Multicultural Aromatherapy Natural Health Consultant and Aromatherapist. She transforms lives of private and corporate clients through consultations and educational programs. She's a writer, poet, blogger, speaker, and author. She's a 20-year fibromyalgia advocate and a 10-year support group leader. She's developed a self-care program for those suffering from chronic pain. She's a champion for national for Team Natural Hair, promoting 100% natural hair care products. Some of the stories she shared with us on previous calls is quite frightening what they've used on children and adults with hair treatments and such. And she organizes anti hair shaming efforts of people of color. Veronica, we are so excited to have you with us tonight. I cannot wait to hear your take on this month's Oil of the Month combo. And I'm going to mute myself and let you do your magic. And we're going to start with this one right there.
Yes. Niaouli. This is an appropriate oil, I guess, for this time of the year. Kids going back to school or in the middle of school the first 9 weeks. um, also, the weather is causing respiratory conditions for people. And so this is one of the oils that's really good just to have in a first aid kit for your home. Niaouli is an oil that's in the Melaleuca family. And Melaleuca, if that sounds familiar to you, then that's tea tree. So it's it's in the same plant family. So the usage is similar to tea tree oil. So whatever you use tea tree oil for, you can use Niaouli for. The only difference is the Niaouli is milder. So it's better for children. It's less irritating to the skin. If you have sensitive skin, it's better for the elderly. But it can provide some of the same therapeutic benefits that tea tree oil provides. And so that's why it says it's gentle, it seldom irritates, which makes it great for kids. It promotes the formation of new tissue. And also, it's good for treating cuts and skin blemishes. Sometimes people use like tea tree oil directly on a pimple, and then it can go away like the next day or so. My son suffered, well, he still kind of does suffer from acne. He's mainly um razor ingrown hairs now. He's trying to grow a little beard, but he still gets the bumps because he gets the ingrown hairs. And tea tree oil directly on those ingrown hair spots can help you to be able to pull that little hair out so the bump will go away. But sometimes it can be a little harsh on the skin because tea tree oil is a little bit stronger. So Niaouli is a good alternative to that because it'll provide the same benefits, but yet it's a little bit milder. When you look at the therapeutic properties, I pulled out my Julia Lawless book. As you see there's a reference in our product information page that came from the Julia Lawless book, the Illustrated Encyclopedia of Essential Oils. If you want to add a book to your collection, this is one book that you've got to add. They have like a older version, then they have a 2013 version. It doesn't matter which one. Both of them will have similar information. And this is some of the information that came from this book. And it says that historically, Niaouli has been used for aches, acne, bronchitis, colds, coughs, cuts, dull skin, flu, oily skin, sore throat, and whooping cough. And so you look at the therapeutic properties. I know sometimes we see those on our product information pages, and we may not know how to pronounce them or definitely don't know the definition to them. Well, in this Julia Lawless book, it has the best glossary, therapeutic properties glossary than any book I have ever seen. So if you want to dig deeper into our oils and learn more about the therapeutic properties and get the definitions of them, then I suggest you add that book to your collection. Now I'm just going to take a couple of these here. We have the anti-cholera. So when you look up the word cholera in this Julia Lawless book, I just lost my spot. It says inflammation of mucous membrane, usually associated with an increase in secretion of mucus. So this is why this oil can be helpful for respiratory conditions such as colds, coughs, bronchitis, because it has anti-cholera as one of its therapeutic properties. It's antiseptic, so that's why it's good for cuts and cuts and abrasions and so forth. It's analgesic, so it can help with pain. Excuse me. So those were the easy ones that that you can get the definition of. But some of these other ones you would need the book to look them up. Um, Expectorant, that's the easy one. So if you have bronchitis and you need something for your chest to help to loosen up the mucus, this is a good oil for that. So that's why it is definitely one to add to your collection for this winter. So we can go to the next slide. Now, Charity. Now, this is one of the blends. I absolutely love the combination of oils in this blend. And when I saw this one, see, I saw the what's the Seasons of Success one, the Gentle Change.
Yep.
The oil, some of the oils are quite similar. And so this particular blend, I'm looking at the myrrh and I'm looking at the rose. And that the point in the slide where it talks about one may feel hard-hearted, shut down, or is hiding behind a wall, how we can kind of shut down, especially if we have issues going on. Or even, I love that it mentions how it can be emotionally balancing even for children, because sometimes if a parent come at them a certain way, or a teacher, what does the kid usually do? They're going to shut down. Sometimes the kid is not even going to tell the parent that something happened at school. And so my personal experience with myrrh is the fact that myrrh helps release emotions from the body. Sometimes you don't even know what's happening. And in fact, some aromatherapists that specialize in mental health, um, sometimes in the training, they would train us to be careful with using myrrh. And vetiver is another oil, because it can release emotions so fast that it could be someone that had a suppressed memory, and that emotion comes out too fast and they may need to have medical attention. And so at some point, the therapists have to stop the session and try to get them some medical help. That's how powerful myrrh is in releasing emotions. And so this combination of the myrrh, the rose, that's another oil that can help do so. And then the lavender, the ylang ylang. Ylang ylang is really good for the stress, the fight or flight mechanism. That's where when people shut down, when they're under stress, they're going to shut down. And so ylang ylang helps to kind of reverse that a little bit. Jasmine is a beautiful oil. It's especially when it comes to women and the emotions. The combination of jasmine with the rose geranium and the ylang ylang, if you're having menopausal issues or some type of female emotional pain, those are excellent combinations. And that's why I'm just crazy about this blend. Of course, it's already pre-diluted with the fractionated coconut oil. So you'll be able to use this in your, that's why I mentioned the chakra points. Maybe figuring out which one yours that need to be strengthened. But yeah, hopefully because of Alexandria Brighton's way of blending, she probably put all of those gentle oils with the myrrh in order for everything to come out a little bit gentler. Because when I had used that myrrh, it was someone sent this to me. It was a myrrh, and I think she said it was some type, one of the eucalyptuses combinations. And I didn't know that it wasn't diluted already because she had it in a little dropper bottle. And I accidentally spilled some on me. I cried all day. And I was like, what is wrong with me? And then that's when I looked at it, I said, oh, myrrh really pulls emotions out of you. So yeah, I'm for this blend for sure. So we're going to move on because I have something to say about the other seasons of success. But this was Circulate from our whole body collection. I love this blend. At first I wasn't sure how to use it until I went back and refreshed myself on how the whole body collection worked. But this one is if you were to do the 7 oils for 7 days, then this one is one of the next to the last ones to use. And the reason being is because it's going to help move the other oils throughout the body. That's why they have different oils, and cypress is really, really good in circulation issues. And so when you're moving, um, when your circulatory system is functioning well, it's going to help move toxins out of your body. The more toxins that's released from your body, the less pain you're in. So if people like I literally had a doctor tell me that detoxing is not going to help your fibromyalgia, it's not going to help your pain. But let's look at it from this standpoint. Let's say you ate something that you know will cause you to hurt. Let's say chocolate. Chocolate is a good trigger for migraines. The longer that chocolate sits in your stomach, the more likely you're going to have migraines. It's not going to go away. So you're going to have to get the fulvic acid and get some other stuff that we have and get that out of your gut. Now, your gut can leak into your system. So you're getting the chocolate in your tissues as well. As long as that stuff is in your body, you're going to still suffer from the pain that food triggered. And so once you start the whole body collection and you pinpoint which body system is the weakest, and then that way you'll know which blend to use at a later date, then we're going to circulate our blood and get our body back in harmony. Now, whenever I teach my classes, I teach the circulatory system along with the lymphatic system. And the reason being is because the lymphatic system follows the same direction as the circulatory system. So when you're strengthening one of them, you're strengthening the other. And so when you're circulating from your circulatory system, your lymphatic system is also getting that same circulation. If you're circulating for your lymphatic system, the circulatory system is getting help. And that's why when it says here, it aids varicose veins and cellulite. So when your lymphatic system is moving, you have less cellulite, you can lose weight better. And so your circulatory system works the same way because both go in the same direction. So we'll probably talk a little bit more about that in next in the call in 2 weeks, because we're going to talk about the whole body collection and how to use it and what each one can actually do. All righty. So next slide. Now, I was going to let you talk about this because I'm not really into the creative energy kind of thing. I do mainly the herbs.
I love the mindset aspect to this entire collection. It is mindset, and I've overcome a lot. You guys know my story, but this just is so amazing that we have this intuitively blended collection that is based on the energy and frequencies of the seasons and of the month. And that is captured and intuitively placed into these bottles. And so we're in the fall equinox right now, which is a time of harvest, what you've created and nurtured throughout the year. You don't have to start with the beginning of the collection. You can come in and start wherever the oil is of that month. Well, one, it's a better value, of course, because you get, so many other things when it's in the oil of the month. But from the first day of spring and following the natural cycle of creative energy, each unique blend reflects the energy of a specific month of the year. And so the energy and frequency in the bottle of gentle change is reflective of what we're going through in October right now, with the leaves changing and the leaves falling, and making room for that growth. Our body heals when it sleeps, and that's the winter, when we get cozy. And so I'm just so excited to be able to offer these and be able to talk about these from such a brilliant formulator. And I'm so excited to have Veronica here to give us the health side of it, because I'm out there with the woo woo and the mindset. Now, let's bring it on here with the health.
Yeah, that's where I specialize in. Yeah. And so, yeah, with this gentle change blend, excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. It's in the safety group too. So it means it's generally regarded as safe when it's properly diluted, and can be used with children over the age of 3. And it says while pregnant during the second trimester. And that's because of the rose and ylang ylang, jasmine. You know, you kind of need to leave the first trimester alone when you're dealing with essential oils. And some of those oils that I just mentioned can affect the hormones in a certain way. And so you kind of want to be further along in your pregnancy before you start using certain oils. Um, it says when you're excited about what you're doing and want others to join, there are 2 approaches. So one pushes people away through deception and pressure, while the other fosters positive experiences and no hard feelings. Pushing people to change backfires, as it shows you're focused on yourself, not them. Instead, share your enthusiasm and how much you're enjoying the process without asking for anything. This piques their interest, and they may even ask about what you're doing. Offering a helpful sample can lead to happy customers, with some needing more time to decide about joining. So I thought that was a beautiful statement that Tina inserted in there because that's basically what we do. We offer what we have to people without being pushy.
Mhm.
And interestingly, I was telling Tina that, I said, I need to see and feel the crowd when I go to this aromatherapy conference to see if they were ready to accept people from MLM companies. Well, they actually had someone that was a sponsor that was from an MLM company. So goDesanas, that could be something they may want to look into, is to purchase a sponsorship and have a table booth set up there as a sponsor because there was a company there. And so there were many people that I met that was from different backgrounds. So they're a little bit more accepting.
Good.
And I did give goDesana a shout out in my presentation with Alexandria Brighton's picture as our company being the first to create a kid safe line out of any MLM company out there. And then also I have Veronica Ortega's picture as being one of the trainers that was an aromatherapist that offers safe training information. So I gave us a shout out, so we'll see. But I don't think people are really there may be some people that still, feel some kind of way about it, but I think things are changing.
Yes.
And so it was very positive.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
great.
So yeah, these oils, I actually had it was a table that I went to with this jasmine. People from India was there, and they actually had about 4 different jasmines. And then they not only had the oils, but they had the concretes. And so if the concretes are the little, I should have showed it on the screen. I might take a picture of it and post it in the group so you'll see what they are. But what it is, it's like the little solid form of the jasmine. I gotta find, my friend told me about it. Robert's wife, Hannah. She said, you gotta get this. This concrete is only $20. She said, this will last you forever as far as, I guess making an oil out of it. And so I gotta ask her how to do that. But anyway, they had, I remember this jasmine grandifolium and smelling that oil separate from the sumac. And then they had about 2 others, and there was so much of a difference in them. I personally haven't done the research to find out if there was any therapeutic differences in them, but I did um, notice the different smells. So sometimes when I'm looking at these oils, I was actually able to see it in its raw form before
Wow.
it was actually turned into an oil. And so those are the kind of neat things that you'll see, at those conferences.
Yeah.
But yeah, jasmine is one of my favorite oils. But this one is a good I was thinking I had made some notes on this one. As far as a gentle change, I thought this one would be good for empty nesters
Yeah.
or people who sending their kids to college.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like to had a fit when my son's like, he was 19, he's like, I don't want to go on vacation with y'all. And I'm like, no, I need one more family vacation. And so, it's kind of hard to do that little transition. And so it took me about 2 years to prepare myself to
Mm-hmm.
let go completely. And so I was thinking, this would be a really good oil for people to get that little nudge. It'd be a little gentle change for people who are having children, leaving the house or going to college or getting married.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
My son is he's 32, and he was 3 or 4 when Toy Story came out. And then of course he's going off to college when Toy Story 2 came out, and Andy was going off to college, and that movie wrecked me. uh Anything else on this one?
That's about it. That's the only thing I had on the notes on that one.
Awesome. Great. Well, I think that is the
I
end
think
of
that's the
it.
whole collection.
Yep. Oh, well, it does come with the daily intention that actually I think I do have another slide on this. Um, she was busy today, so I kind of read her mind and put together what I thought she might need in here. So, but I wanted to include the intention. So with this, with the Seasons of Success, each month you will get an intention on the product information page. There's a QR code on the bottom that you can scan with your cell phone. That's going to bring up the intention that you're going to say each morning when you apply it. And so there's the intention right there. Feel free to take a screenshot. You can also grab the product information page from the website. But I think it's beautiful that we have these tools, not only physically, but emotionally, where we are able to grow and prosper within the company. Oh, nope, that was it. So that oil, Gentle Change, is going to come in either, there's two kits that, well, there's several kits that it's in, but I'm specifically going to talk about this one. I cannot believe the value in this kit. To get a deodorant, a bar of soap, some toothpaste, fungal relief is another one. If you've got a toe fungus or anything going on, that's going to be an amazing oil for you to have and apply topically there. There's also instructions for that on the product information page. The fresh tooth powder, which I absolutely love. It is clovey flavored, I guess. There's a hint of clove in there, and my mouth just feels so much better after using this toothpaste. And my dentist loves that I use this toothpaste because I used to have some oral health issues, and she actually had to go back into my chart to see if my teeth were the same teeth, basically, because of what was going on in my mouth when she first started seeing me versus after, the black seed oil and the fresh tooth powder and CBD prior to that. And then the Niaouli is in there. And then you've got the Gentle Change and the non-toxic deodorant with the tea tree. Now, ladies or men, when you're shaving and you get those ingrown hairs, this tea tree, clay and tea tree deodorant, I'm doing quotation marks. You can't see because I'm not on camera, but rub that on there. That's going to be a great balm to help your skin. It is great for dry, cracked skin as well. And so if, beyond the armpits or under the breast or in creases where you don't want extra moisture, this is going to be a great topical thing to start using to help those other areas as well. Think, you've got tea tree in there. What have we learned about tea tree? How else can you use this deodorant in order to help your body be able to heal itself? Now, this is the kit that we've talked about tonight. It has all 4 of those oils. I did not put the price up, but I believe it is $59.95. Someone correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. But in most companies, the emotional blends are going to cost you $80 to over $100. Yes, it is. Okay, thank you, Samantha. And so you have 2 emotional blends that are typically $80 to $100 in other companies. You've got the Circulate, which we're going to talk about in 2 weeks with the whole body collection. And then you have the Niaouli, and it's $59.95. So, that right there is an incredible value that everybody should be getting because as you can see, these oils are versatile. They have different plant constituents in them that's going to help you in many different ways. The Gentle Change, again, what's changing in your life right now. I'm leaving my house of 27 years, so I'm bathing in this stuff. I've also used my grief relief today too, because it was kind of a struggle day for me. Our Vitality on the HBN side, which is our sister company. Vitality is, I'm drinking it. You see me drinking this at every Diva Call. Vitality is my favorite thing to drink all the time now. It's a loose leaf tea. You boil your water, you add your tea leaves to it, let it steep overnight, and it's so refreshing. It is a potent, gentle detox that delivers micronutrients and helps eliminate undigested waste from your colon and digestive system. You're going to get that free on the HBN side if your first time order is 100 CB or more, or auto ship for those of us that have been around here for a while. We have our 3-day liver cleanse coming up. We've got about 2 weeks to talk about this with our friends and get that ordered so that we can get it on time. But I love a good liver cleanse. You know me, I love those liver cleanses. We will not be doing a Detox Diva Call on it this time. It's going to be, we've just got too big of a schedule right now with things coming up. And speaking of that, next week we have Miriam Gonzalez. You'll see her on Facebook as Happy Vegan Miriam. She has had in the past trigeminal neuralgia, and I believe I said that correctly. It is a disease where I believe it's the nerve endings in the face are completely inflamed, and it is so incredibly painful. It is also referred to as the suicide disease. And she has had amazing recovery by supplementing with fulvic and black seed oil, and she's incredibly intelligent. You're really going to appreciate the call next week and hear Miriam's story as she talks about her journey and the lowest of lows to just loving life right now. In 2 weeks, we're going to talk about using 7 oils in 7 days. She's going to go through the whole body collection. So if you have that collection already, then this is going to be a great thing for you. She's going to teach us how to use 1 oil a day for 7 days, the importance of the oils, putting them on the order in which they get put on and the reason for that order. So we're so excited for that call. Also, every Wednesday, these 2 amazing queens have the weekly buzz, which is more of a testimonial call. They have a little education at the beginning, but they just love to hear from you and from our customers, people that be using the products, about how these products are helping them. And it's such a warm fuzzy, like you're going to your favorite sister's house or something. I just love it. Now, if sharing these products is something that interests you, Coach Marcus Jones also has a call that he will be doing directly following this call in about a half an hour. I think we're doing really good on time. But he is, in about 20 minutes, he's going to go over the benefits of sharing these products with people that you love and care about. And when you get to make an impact in someone's life and help them have better health, it's just such a loving feeling to be able to help them see that if you feed the body right, then their body will learn to heal itself. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. I truly, truly appreciate you and all of you that come on these calls each week. You are a gift, and very excited for what's to come up over these next few weeks. Veronica, give Veronica some health or some love in the chat, because she's always such a blessing when it comes to talking about these products and helping educate us. So with that, I am going to end the meeting. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night. Bye-bye.